One of the good things about minimalism is after the initial declutter, you have a lot more time, energy-wise and like space-wise, to be able to do the things that you've always wanted to do that you've kind of, I guess, been holding back on. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. Today's video is going to be minimalism 5 tips on how to have more space for believing in yourself. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. Before we get started, of course, some housekeeping stuff. If you want to help out my channel, maybe consider making a donation to my Patreon. And if not, then just help out my video by giving this video a thumbs up and a like. And let's get into the video. Let's get it. Let's go. Woo. Number 1, believe it can be done. One of the good things about minimalism that has really helped me out a lot was the belief that I could get anything done. And once I started with my stuff, it kind of became like a snowball effect. I felt like as I was able to tackle my objects, it created the space for me to examine a lot of things about myself and a lot of representations I had about what I thought my life was and my identity, which was in my stuff. And I started to think that, you know what, I'm able to pretty much rearrange my life to my liking, and that made me feel like I was able to do a lot of things. If you guys seen my channel for some time, you know that my YouTube channel is one of the things that came out of my minimalism. I found that I had more time to be able to do the things that I wanted. I felt like I was in a much better place, and that type of confidence led me to be able to make that jump and make this YouTube channel. Number 2, more time to do it. Less fiddling with stuff. One of the good things about minimalism is after the initial declutter, you have a lot more time, energy-wise and like space-wise, to be able to do the things that you've always wanted to do that you've kind of, I guess, been holding back on because maybe you felt like, oh, I'll do it after, I organize this mess, or once I buy this or once I buy that, I'm finally going to be in a place where I want to be to do X and Y. And that's something that had happened to me before I started my minimalism. I felt that I had to be like at a certain place in life before I started a YouTube channel. I thought I had to be like more successful. I had to have more money. I thought, I don't know, I just had a lot of like mental barriers put in place, and I thought that if I bought a better laptop, or if I bought a lamp, or if I bought a camera, then my YouTube channel would come along. But the thing was, once I got rid of a lot of material possessions, I had a lot more time and had a lot more space. And with this extra time, I was like, I'm bored. I want to do the things that I want to do. Maybe not I'm bored, but I felt like, wow, like I have so much energy because I just wasn't dealing with my stuff anymore. I wasn't cleaning my stuff, taking care of my stuff, and I wasn't also like lusting after stuff and just like wasting my time searching the internet for new things to buy and doing research on new things to buy. I felt like I could use that energy to put towards the things that really mattered to me. So it was like achieving my dream body, working on my relationships with people, working on my own relationship, and any hobbies or dreams that I'd always wanted to do, I finally got around to doing it. Number 3, setting the right mindset. So believing that it can be done is kind of the first step to setting your mind in motion, to finally getting down to doing it. I think one of the hardest things about starting some of the things that you dream big for yourself, or you believe in, or things that you really want to do but you just don't get around doing it, is because like not having the right mindset, I think, is probably the first step. I think that once you get your mind in a certain place where you need it to be, everything else comes into place. And I think that's one of the nice things about minimalism. I know you can achieve your goals in clutter, like that organized mess. I'm sure people can do it and have done it, but as somebody who kind of, I felt like almost like the clutter represented the chaos in my own life. And once I let go of a lot of things, in some ways, not to say that they were holding me back, because honestly I was holding me back, but kind of getting my material possessions in order kind of gave like a physical template for getting my mind in order. And once I got my mind in order, it became a lot easier to be able to pursue my goals because there was like less clutter up there. It was like, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that once you declutter your physical space, it'll kind of inadvertently declutter your mind. And when your mind is decluttered, it's a lot easier to find your dreams and hopes amongst all of the mental clutter, and to like actually get down to doing what you need to do because your mind will be set in the right place. Number 4, being proud about what you do. One of the things that I think held me back before my minimalism and pursuing some of my dreams was the fear of doing something I might not do a very good job, so I felt it was safer to not do it at all. I felt like, for example, my YouTube channel, if I was mediocre, which I ended up becoming, but that's besides the point, I felt that if I started it and I didn't do a good job, like, might as well not do it at all. But with minimalism, I found that my minimalism wasn't perfect either, but the end result was was a benefit. It was a lot better than not having done it at all. And that made me feel like if I took pride and I took care and I had integrity in what I did, it was going to be worth it regardless of the end product. So I take pride in what I do just the same way that I did with my minimalism, and I don't worry about the outcome. Same thing with minimalism. If you've been on a decluttering journey or minimalism journey, you'll know that there's a certain expectation versus reality thing that goes on. You think you're going to look like those Pinterest pictures you see, but it won't. Minimalism looks so different for everybody. And I think it's the same thing with our dreams. Once you strip away the excess and you see what's really important and you see the essence of whatever it is that minimalism reveals to you, you'll kind of take more pride in it and do it, your dreams and your hopes, because you realize like once you stripped away the clutter, like that was what really mattered. And it kind of gives you the courage to pursue it, because at least for myself, I felt like, yeah, this is what really matters. I removed all of the noise and this is important to me. And so I felt more confident and had more pride in pursuing what I wanted to do, because I really did realize like that's the important thing. And number 5, decluttering thoughts, beliefs, people's behaviors. One of the interesting side effects of minimalism, I mean, of course, I think a lot of us go into it for the physical aspect, getting rid of a lot of stuff and getting rid of clutter in the physical realm, but I don't think a lot of us, or at least I don't feel like a lot of us go into it thinking about like what are some of the psychological benefits. But for myself, I feel like that was one of the more useful things that happened in my minimalism, was that I decluttered a lot of negative beliefs that I had. I decluttered certain relationships with people in my lives, and I decluttered a lot of like bad habits that I had, like self-sabotaging behaviors. And those were the things that I think were probably the better declutters than some of my physical stuff. Like extra pair of socks was not the thing holding me back from my dreams, but it was definitely some of the behaviors and some of the thoughts that I had. I didn't think I was good enough for YouTube. I didn't think I was good enough, and I used to put myself through these awful like diets and trying to warp my body to be something that I thought society needed it to be. And once I realized that those things were really negative and I let those go, I've definitely been in a much better headspace, and being in that better headspace has kind of given me the strength to really pursue what matters in like a healthy way, and to like have more self-love for myself. And that's the kind of space that I refer to when you have like that ability to like really believe in yourself. With all of those things weighing you down, like in terms of like your space and also like your mental headspace and all those negative thoughts, that weight weighs more than your physical object. So if you do ever do the initial declutter of your physical stuff, the next best thing is to take a look at some of your thoughts and beliefs. Thank you so much for having taken the time to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!